to kind of teach him, oh, come on, let's go play ball. Let's play football. Let's play this. Let's do man things together.
Yeah.
To teach him to be with another man, a man to teach a boy, to raise him to be a man.
Yeah.
Be a positive role. Now, mama can be a good positive role,
Yeah.
but she can only do so much.
Right. I agree.
Because some guys is raised by their mother, and then they all turn out to be little bitches.
That's true. It happens.
I mean,
It happens.
and they know, they grew up and they know how to treat a woman. They grew up and they prefer not to.
Oh.
And that's the other, little catch 22 to them.
Yeah.
And so they know they know what a woman likes. They know how to do this and how to
They know how to
sweet
get to the
talk.
point.
They know how to get what they want.
Yeah.
And after they get what they want, they're like, I don't want to be bothered with you.
That's true.
You
I
know?
agree.
And you see it happening like a
All
lot.
the time.
Yeah. Like it's bad now. And it's this thing where now I guess we're seen as just objects. Oh, she's beautiful. I want that one. No, it's like candy. I want it. I want it all. I want to be a brat about it. And I think if a man ever saw himself like me wanting everything, considers me a brat, and I choose to accept that, I'm okay with that. That means that I'm a single man. I don't want to ever get married again. Or married, period. And that's fine. But I think that when it comes to raising a man, women can only give so much because we have to balance out being a woman and being a mother. And when you're being a woman, you're like, okay, so I feel myself, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, but if I wear this, I might get pee or piss or blood or pee. You know, I mean, like, just different. It's gonna happen because life is being a mother, and then I don't have what it takes to be a man. I'm not a man. At the end of the day, I'm not a man. I can't replace a man. I'm never gonna replace a man because they have a power we don't possess.
But the thing is, you can still teach him what you believe it is to be a man. Because at the end of the day, say he does have a man figure. What if that man figure isn't what you want him to be taught?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what's going to be hard is a lot of... right now, we're in a generation where everything is social. Everything's about image and everything. So a lot of people, they're like, okay, so we want A, B, and C. But it's only for image. It's like, do you really want that person teaching what they know to your kid? Because then it's like men and women look at things completely different. Like I go through it with my brother all the time. And he's very straight up and direct with me. He's like, men are always going to see it this way. This is how we see it. That's just how it is. Like, that's not going to change.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, that's the thing. Like, as a woman, I don't agree that A, B, or C is what's needed to be a man. So, right now, everybody wants their kids to be, to be a man, you have to be tough. So you're not allowed to cry. So you think it's healthier to suppress their emotions and stuff than to let them have emotions? At the end of the day, the boy is not a man. So let them be kids first. Let them be people.
Yeah.
They'll start learning those standards as they get older. Why can't they define what it is to be a man? Why do we need to define that for them?
But also, if you look back in different, tribes, cultures, even back in the Bible, with how Pharaoh and Moses, all those men raised their sons, they trained them to be the next leaders. They didn't train them to just punk out. Like, no, they got their son this, you are my seed. You are the one, you're me. You are my sculpted image of me. And hey, guess what? I need to train you to be like me. But that man has to be finished as a man because another man taught him how to be finished as a man. Somewhere along the way, it just started unraveling.
So let them teach themselves. I feel like that's something that can be self-taught because what your definition of what a man would be and my definition would be completely different based on culture and religion alone.
Well, what I mean is when a man can self-teach, that means that he has to have the first thought that says, hey, guess what, son or child or whoever you are as a man, go out and seek yourself. Because sometimes not everybody's going to listen to a pastor because a lot of these pastors are corrupted, so they're not going to go to a religion. They're not going to listen to somebody peddling something else other than growth. They're not going to listen to somebody who has two double-dipped images. Like, I have my hand in the cookie jar at the same time, but I'm also at the same time a man. Like, no, I'm straightforward all the way through and through. Listen to me. And what my voice says to you is, hey, dude, do this, and this is how you're going to grow. But only some people do those things, and you know, whatever. But men don't do that with young men anymore. They just look at their sons, and they're like, oh, it's a thing.
But this is also the thing. There's, you know, you can tell them all you want. You can tell them, hey, do A, B, C, and D. But if just for some reason their personality or they start growing up and they find something else they believe in, all that's going to change. So once they hit that age, a certain age, usually the teenage years, they know who they want to be. They know how to form their own opinions and beliefs. So you can have the greatest person in the world telling them, hey, do this, 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 and this. And if that's not the path for them, they're never going to do it.
No, what I mean is that they have to go find other teachers just like them.
Yeah.
So you get a kickstart, right? It's like a kickstart. Like, okay, look for someone that looks like me and go. And then he goes, okay, I need a new teacher. Okay, I need a new teacher. Like they, you know, like, was it Batman had a teacher how to become Batman? That was Dorothy's name. But it's the truth. These men, they need someone to look up to that's greater than them, that's going to teach them how to be men. Like the men that helped us with the grill the other day when we was barbecuing. Girl, look, this man came over and we needed help, and we were just talking about how this other person didn't help us, and he was sitting in this car. You remember? Sorry. But yeah. But I
that was a man. He came, we called him for help, and he came, he helped us, and have not stopped. He every time he see us, he's speaking. You know, now we've been here for a little while, whatever, but he's about the only man that I would really deal with on hand in hand, because he came like a man. Yeah. And every time I see him, he's a man. Yeah. Hi, ladies, how y'all doing? Yeah. You know. Yeah. Now, he's not going to sit in no fancy Cadillac and watch the women hold up big water bottles and struggle. Yeah. And I wanted to go tell that man something, but you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm let God get with him, you know. But that's what we're living in now. This world is not how it used to be. And these men that's having babies all over the place, they're not raising none of them, not even their sons. So their sons gonna grow up, and their mamas have this one, that one. She having babies for every time, Big Harry. So he's gonna grow up, and his daughter's gonna grow up, and they think that's normal. Yeah, and it's not normal. No. But they don't. That's all they know. They don't know nothing else, and you can't teach those kids because they stubborn, hard-headed, and they don't know about nothing. All they know about what they've been seeing all their life.
Well, I think that's why I don't like the fact that I want to be able to teach children. I can't go to school for it right now, but I do love working with children, because I think I see a different pattern. I'm sorry, is that stuff in the way? I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Okay. You're right. They do have tough lives. But I think they just want someone to listen to them. And I think that on this way, I think everyone needs someone to listen to.
They do.
Yeah.
But then, say, in a situation, I wasn't taught nothing, I don't know nothing really, but then I want to talk to somebody, and you probably look at me like, ooh, what's he talking about? Because you don't understand what I've been through.
Right. So, I like that. No, hey, Papa.
So that, you know, that's what separate everybody, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, no plants, and it's cold.
A lot of people wasn't raised with morals to have.
It's cold. Guys, go in the house. It's cold. Did the movie stop? Okay. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. I'm not gonna close the door.
Get ready back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Ooh.
I think that was Theo. Sorry, my mentor keeps texting me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, but I think that it's honestly important. I think it's honestly important that we as women, we continue to raise our sons as strong as we think that we can, I don't know, possibly be.
Look, I was thinking, I said, well, it been about, what, 15 years. I didn't have nobody. You know, I have friends, but a high-buy type of thing. Let's play dominoes, cards, or let's go to the casino.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
Yeah.
So I met a guy. He's from Georgia.
Okay.
He had a Georgia accent. I loved it. I said, oh, he ain't from no California, and he ain't nowhere close to California. He's over the way. So I'm thinking, oh, he might be a little more better. He talked this, he talked that. But he was shooting the breeze. And so I was reading in between his lines, and he was full of shit. And you know, besides him being an alcoholic, talking about, he told me, I hope you don't mind I drink beer. I said, I don't care about beer. It's that hard liquor, the drugs. When you're doing one, I know you sipping on the other.
Okay.
And that's what he was doing, full of lies.
That happens, though. That really does happen. I've heard a lot of tales. And then we women, I think when we get with them, we're like, okay, so we have this natural nature to want to affix ourselves to you and be nurturers to you. We're going to take care of you. We're going to, not mother you, but we're going to, I don't know, wife things, girlfriend things, but not, we give too many things too fast. Nurture, there you go. And so, at the same time, where we get with these men and we start to act like them too. Kind of however they are as a person. So you can attune to someone's nature really fast. So if they're a certain way, you become a certain way, and it's like a draw and a pull, and everything becomes really stressful, and that's not, I don't know, needed. I'm saying I've seen a lot of women, and I've talked to a lot of women that they might get with a man, but they feel lost of themselves. They don't know who they are as a woman anymore because they're always trying to affix themselves to someone else. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like something I went through. I relate. And I wanted this voice to get out for a reason because I noticed that a lot of women are able to do things without a mate, or even with a mate, but they're pulling them with them, and they don't want to say that because they're expensive. But at the same time, sometimes somebody wants to just like, hey, I want to be heard too. It's not right. Look, I understand he's a man and he has power, and I get that. But over here, I raise children, and I raise other people's children, and I raise your children, and I raise the future generation. And I don't just raise little girls too. I raise little boys. So I know how to raise them, how to be certain people, and I've guided people through life. And, you know, sometimes I want to sit, but I can't because there's another child, because they want to learn something new, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And my brain is constantly moving. And then, oh yeah, I'm still a woman, because don't forget that. I'm still me. I'm still this woman. I still live inside. And nowadays, in today's society, you can't be a certain anything without being a certain anything. Like, it's just, everyone has a set standard to everything. And sometimes you see in other countries or whatever, in different women, the way that they're responded to. Some women aren't allowed to. You're not a thing. Yeah, they gotta cover their head, their face, they have to cover up. They do that for, I think that's for godly reasons. That one's for God. Is that one for godly?
Both.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get it. I don't want to be somebody saying like, no, girl, no. So, yes. And women have voices too. And there's so many movements going on like little, they broadcast it and then it's kind of hidden again because all this other stuff that happens. It's like, there's a bunch of girls missing. But guess what's going on over here? You're like, wait a minute. I have a friend that did a podcast about that. And the reason with the things with little girls is that we need to help them advance to be better women, so they can raise our children and our future generation and our next children, because we're
our future for them all.
Yeah.
Our presidents,
oh yes,
our
executive CEOs of companies,
our lawyers, our judges, our doctors. You know.
Joyce says she's a doctor, so I think she's going to be a doctor when she grows up, and I'm down for it. I'm like, what doctor are you trying to be? I'm like, whenever she goes to the doctor, she sees or probably a nurse. She likes the nurses. Hey, doctor. It makes me so proud. I'm so happy. I'm like, oh, she's a doctor. I get so proud of anything she does. She's like, do it again. Me and Naima, we cheer for her. Sorry. But, it's, I don't know, raising sons in this society, though, it's hard, because I'll tell my son, go find a figure to look forward to, and then it's a letdown. And that's a problem, because if he goes and follows a man that's a letdown, I'm like, oh, wait, because then you're going to take on his traits, and you might take on his aspirations. It's like getting like a soul touch, like, oh, I'm with you now, like it's like a built, I don't know, raising yourself through somebody else.
Too, you got to watch that, because there's a lot of women that transform to a man, and a lot of men that's married or have relationships as a man. Could have a wife, but he likes the man.
Wait, are we okay? So I'm being totally non-discretion here. So is it like, and I'm just asking a question, is it like a, are you talking about like a stud, like a girl being a man, or is it, or you're talking about a woman who is still a woman who acts mannish?
No, I'm talking about where a woman got to transform as a man.
Like sex change and turn it.
And
transgender.
The guys is doing the same thing too. So
I think that's just people feeling lost with who they are, because they don't have the proper balance anymore. It's gone. But
it's also could be a cultural thing. For natives, that's known as being too spirited. So then it's like, if their soul, they felt like they were meant to be that opposite gender, then they should be able to define themselves as that.
Well, too, there's people that's born as a morphodite with both sexes, and maybe they took the study, let them grow up to see if they're gonna be more of a girl or a boy. They went on and had it done, because most people think, oh, I'm ashamed. My kid grew up as a damn morphodite. So
usually with those, one of the genitals don't work, so they look inside. If you have like ovaries, then like they cut off the boy part. If you have if you have any male things, then they take away the girl part. So like with that one, they just go off the biology, but there's still some people just they just never could identify with what they're born as, and I don't think that means they're lost. It could just mean like their soul is misplaced. It's like those people usually have the ability to understand both, because although they were born a woman, they might identify more as a man, so they usually have more manlier point of views, but they're still able to understand the point of a woman, because they've been taught to stay in that role before. At the end of the day, it's all a role. It's what society put on everyone.
So, I think everyone's growing up through each other and everything that they see. You guys, I don't know, I've always thought this is the media, the males that every race sees, because I've noticed different things with different media with different races. Could they be the, I can't think of the word, the guides, the inspirations of the future of their men? Like, have you ever seen the Asian culture? the Asian culture, I like that the whole fashion thing that they do, and the way the men are suited up and everything, the way their culture is, and sometimes they have what the K-pop, the punk thing, and the girls go crazy over the you know, the girls thing, and that's the thing. And then you have like the Indian boys, and like they're really suave and they're gorgeous. Indian, I don't want to say the wrong word, but and then you have like the British boys and the white boys and the black boys, the Mexican boys. Okay, hey. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Why have to be you the one doing something with the animals?
No, wait, just come here. I just want to say something. Can you come here? Okay, look. Look. I can hear her. She's crying. You know how when Sugar Mama says no about something and you cry? That's what she's feeling right now. You get hurt, right? When Sugar Mama says no about something, you get hurt. That's what she's feeling like right now. Don't anymore. You're hurting her, okay? I don't want you to, just don't hurt her. She's fine. Just leave her alone now. Go watch the movie, okay? Thank you. I was trying to. Oh, she's moving. Okay, so sorry. What male role model? I don't know. The positive male role models. What do we have out here lately? Even if it's different cultures, even if it's the same color, even if it's a different color. Like, what do we have for the boys right now? For the ethnic boys right now.
They need a football, a basketball. They need sports to do and go and grow up. You know.
But like people to role model after.
That's, you know, some of the professional baseball players and what, didn't Bobby Bonds die?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I think, or his daddy did. Because they used to live around the corner from where we live, in Riverside.
Oh, okay.
And he done a lot of terrific things for all the children, all the cultures. He done for everybody. I haven't heard nothing in a couple of years. I believe he passed. But there's what's his name? Dale. He been, they're going to have a 17th backpack anniversary. It's going to be at Castle Park. And they're nice backpacks, and they're going to be filled with all kind of school supplies for all the children.
Oh.
School age. And that's going to be from August the 3rd from 8 to 10:30.
I'll put the address on the video when it's done.
Okay. Well, yeah, I had sent it to you.
Oh yeah, no, I have it. So I'm gonna post it onto the so everyone.
Well, I did. I posted on Facebook.
Did you? Good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you?
And a lot of people, I know they have kids. I texted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good at doing that.
No, yeah, that's really good. That's really good because that helps out everybody. Because everyone needs to know. It's informational. Hey, go check out this deal. That's what I was telling you about the museum, the San Bernardino Museum. If you have EBT. People don't like to always show that they have food stamps or something like that.
I don't get. I have. I'm disabled, so I have my red, white, and blue card.
Oh.
I have all my
Yeah.
disability stuff.
No, that's good, and that helps you get into a lot of things too. It's really because a lot of people don't make a lot of money.
I can ride the bus for 75 cents.
That's good though, because a lot of people don't have a lot of money. We have to be economical and help each other out. Because if we don't, we're gonna stress out. Is that mine?
That's your baby boy. They sound like they're sleeping though. My granddaughter like to be a little bully too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got a little bully, you know.
It happens. You know, they learn and they grow.
Well, too, when you're only kid and I said, look, most of your friends, people we know, they don't, them kids don't have a bedroom to go. They get in a corner and go to sleep, make a cot. You got your own room, your own bed, your own everything. And she hasn't even slept in her bed yet.
No?
And she got a captain's bed with the drawers.
Oh.
She
my
got
son
some
has
good
one of
stuff.
those. He loves it.
And
we don't even put his clothes in the drawer though. He put his toys, but yeah, those are neat. Most kids like it.
And that's gonna last forever. You know, because she got real wood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hers is heavy. It took 4 men to bring that in.
Wow.
So she starts school the first week of August.
Kindergarten? Oh, nice. Which school? The one
around the corner, I think.
Oh, yeah. Pause it. Oh, I forgot what you were saying.
You said she's going to school. Go ahead.
She's going to go to school, start school.
Oh, that's good. Is she excited? Yeah, that's good.
When she goes to school, it's going to be totally different.
I know. But she's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It just... kind of like,
I feel like she'll learn more there. Like, you know, they start learning how to share. And
she was 2 years old. She took the teacher's phone and put Barney on and for all the kids to watch. They was in the circle and the teacher was like, she said, I don't even know how to do this.
How does she do it?
That baby can spell leprechaun. I'm telling you, I was like, that really, I can't even spell leprechaun right. That was amazing. How did you look up leprechaun on my phone? Naima, you, girl, leprechaun. I can't.
Right?
That's impressive. That's what her baby did. Yes.
I'm always into words and doing different things.
Yeah. That was great. But did you want to add anything else?
Oh, to that now. Sorry, I was like over here like, oh my gosh, like I forgot to take my moon water, but I think my friend got it.
Like your choice. Do you want to add anything else to that?
I wish people could grow and mature and be together as people and teach each other. Not say, oh, you got $1 more than me. I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna lie on that to try to get over.
So more unity.
Yeah.
Be more of a community. Work together.
Yeah. But it takes a village though.
Yeah.
Because people have to want to.
Yeah.
People need to get together and be like, hey, you know what? Let's have like a neighbor. I noticed at the front offices, I like that they try to do that community stuff here, and I think we should try to do stuff like that.
Well, Wednesday they're gonna have the ice cream social.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
I
babies.
thought that was.
We should take the babies.
Yeah, we're gonna take them.
Yeah.
Since they want to eat ice cream, let them eat it up.
I'll bring it.
We'll bring it to you. That's okay. That's good. It's their other friend. And bring. But no, I know. Yeah, I do believe that we don't work together. If we don't, what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up locking ourselves away. And
I feel like if we find good people to surround ourselves with that has similar values as us, then it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ever since, like, I started going to temple, like, everybody I hang out is from the temple. It's like, you know, positive energy. Our kids hang out together. You know, we have similar beliefs, and it's like everybody's just one. It's like a whole community. Everybody gets along, and it's like, you know, you just gotta find your place. Like, you know, one place isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I have a chakra sheet.
What?
It's a chakra sheet. Anyway.
A chakra shaker?
Yes. Chakra.
It's like that. Don't
It's a
sound
chakra
healthy.
sheet. It's a chakra sheet.
Oh, a sheet.
And I need to hang it up. I know it's fine. No, I believe that we, as people, don't work together, and I think what ends up happening is we fall hard, and
can't come back up.
No, and we don't support one another. So economically, we can never make it if we don't put it together. Because we can honestly work together, open up little shops with each other here in San Bernardino. There's empty buildings out here
all over the place.
Oh my gosh! And I bet you, I know the property rent's probably freaking expensive, but if we all work
no,
together,
trust me, they're not. Because I looked at renting spaces out here for like Reiki and stuff, and it's like $300-400 for a space a month.
So
out here it's really cheap. But this is the thing: invest the money into the places, but are we still gonna? Is the business going to succeed if people don't want to come over here because the crime and everying around here?
But then you start within your community first and you give back. There's like this little restaurant over on, I think it's by the courthouse and Millie's. They have the best orange juice in the entire world. Mimi, I don't know, I can't remember the name.
Mimi's Cafe?
No, it's not Mimi's.
No?
It's Molly's. Molly's. Yeah, it's over in San Bernardino. You know? Anyway, there's a building across the thing, and then I want to buy it, and they have like this lot on the side, and I wanted to open up a restaurant right there, and kind of like a community kitchen in the back.
Good night.
You're all looking around.
Oh. Possibly. I don't know. I probably don't. Oh. No, so I wanted to buy that place, and I wanted to open it up, and there's a little lot back there. I wanted to put a playground, and I wanted to have like a little garden, so there's fresh vegetables and fruit. I wanted to put a little library inside, and I wanted to have ongoing, like, really good fresh food being served, but it tastes good, and it's cheap, because I wanted to also do a thing where you can bring cans. Like, if you bring so many cans, then you get 10% off. And I'm trademarking this because this is my thing, not just from you guys, just from the world. But, and 10%. And I mean, if anyone wants to do this, actually, forget it, trademark it, do it, please do it, please do it. But 10%, and then get 10% off your meal. So if it's $7.50, then you get 10% off for the cans. And you pay your bill, you get the food. No, go in the house, go in the house, go in the house. It's cold and you have no shoes on. No. Anyway, so it's fine. No. Sounds like me.
And his eyes just wide.
You're not sleepy, are you?
No, he ain't.
You want to watch Blade, that's why, huh? That's a show.
He likes karate and stuff.
Well, he loves cars. He's a huge car fan. Anything with cars. Hello. What's up, girlie?
I like cars in the phone.
No, not right now. I'm always doing something with the phone. Okay? Okay. So.
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to give back to the community. I wanted to have food drives on certain days because I know people need food. I wanted to get the costs and the cuts or whatever. And I wanted to have, for the women that do welfare, they have to go do somewhere. I'd have them work there. Do the cafe or like they do like waitressing or something, or having to cook. Because it's the job, and then you have to pay them part-time, so I don't mind doing that. It'd be kind of cool. Everyone will get an experience. They can come study there. If they didn't get their GED, I'll have the books. I'll go buy the books, or I'll have to go to the libraries and see if I can get the books or get them donated, and have people come there and study, and have like internet access so they can do homework, and and in the playground, because if they got kids, they can do homework while the kids are in a confined playground. I don't know, I got plans.
Yeah, that sounds like some similar stuff I was gonna do with the temple and stuff.
Oh wait, and then the last thing, the fun thing, I would want to rent it out to like youth groups or I don't know, any youth program.
Yeah.
And they could do. I want to do open mic, like spoken word events. I wanted to have art nights, so the kids can come in and they can really express themselves. And then that way they're not really so stressed out. It's like a stress relief, but it's like a teen hangout thing. Yeah. Come here. Oh, go ahead. Go inside. And probably hire a couple counselors for that. It's kind of giving back to the community, but still like knitting the community together. Yeah. And I think all these little businesses and stuff, if we work together and we own these businesses over here and we started putting the money back into the city ourselves, we can merge the city ourselves. But that's just always the thoughts I have for somebody else.
The question is, even if we donated the money with all the debt San Bernardino's in, is it even going to be used in time?
I don't know.
I would just think that at least with all the business and stuff, maybe the money starts trickling and doubling, and maybe we work together and try to patch some of the wounds. Like recognize that we're going to be in debt for a little while because we're trying to patch something and make it profitable again. We can rebuild that friggin' hotel. That thing would make money, and then we own it. Nope, this is ours. We're gonna clean every floor. Turn that thing into an apartment building. Get a lot of people off the streets. A lot of families that don't have places to go. Turn them into some Section 8 properties. Work with Section 8. Do you know how big that thing is? And I've never been inside, but I know I have an auntie who did. She was there. She made money. But she told me those rooms are huge. So imagine doing like reconstruction and putting the money into that. That thing would pay for the city itself. Yeah. Like, I'm just saying. So but it's a 1-2 thing. It's a, hey, we have the knowledge of, no, you guys don't want to do that. You guys just want to keep building that thing right there. And why people keep going to that thing right there? Because they're so stressed out. They're trying to figure out how to make life work. Well, that's all they're going in. They'll know when they're doing things that are bad because. I don't know. I don't want to say that for everybody in there because everyone has their own things, but it happens. But I think we could be better if we just try. Yeah. Have you ever seen Meteor Man? Anyone? Robert Townsend.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes. I love that movie so much. When he turned that broken lot into a park, and I was like, yes. Or Black Jesus did it.
Oh yeah.
Don't swim. And he turned it into a brand new building. But anyway, I just like the concept that that's something we should just keep pushing, building our communities up, working together, stop trying to kill each other.
Anyway, so like, get mad at you because you don't want to put out, but it's like, sweetheart, lover, friend, all that. All those things that you are to me, like I expect you to be the same thing, you know? And if I just got off of work, and I mean like just got off of work, like fresh off the clock, the last thing that's on my mind?
You're going to bed with that.
And what have you been doing all day?
No bubble baths, no dinner.
Do they do that anymore? Like candlelight dinners?
Oh, you've been sitting around?
I want to have something to look forward to coming home to, not just to come home. I'm tired and
I'm sorry.
Can I have a half a minute?
Right. I just need,
I've been
I
asked
wanna
that
be-
before.
can I just get 5
I
minutes?
just want to be, you know, to the toes, to the,
Can you,
you know,
can you not just touch the main thing that you just want? Like, can you just like, can you touch me without touching me?
can you play with it?
Can you
Can
talk
you?
to me?
Can you talk to it? Can you
Yeah.
sing to it? Can you ask me how my day was?
Oh,
Yeah.
did you make me dinner?
I'm hungry.
Did you make me dinner?
Have
I
you-
met a
did you
session.
clean my house?
Ooh,
Did
that's the
you
one.
do? What
I-
is the kid? Have they been fed,
Ooh,
bathed,
ooh.
put in bed? And so when I come home,
Now that's sexy.
yeah,
That's
Dishes
that-
done, laundry done.
They long
food
sleeve.
ready.
I'm getting it. You get
Yeah.
it.
Get it.
You
I'm gonna give it because you earned it.
You done already, I done came over. You done already got the shots that I like. Damn, baby, okay.
And the thing about it is, and when you guys said that, it made me think about how a lot of relationships aren't like that. And I know a lot of women. I shared a post on my Facebook, and it was a picture of, it was like a candlelit dinner in the park. And it was like, ladies, would you be upset if a man did this? And the girl underneath it was like, man, none of us get this. What? This is real? And that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because that lets me know that our you know, our young girls are not experiencing a romantic gesture. So, on tonight's show, we want to talk about expectations of a romantic gesture from some women. Because from a women's standpoint, you know, we can tell you all day, we don't know what we want to eat. Truthfully, I think it's because maybe we just want to be surprised. And we're also really picky. And also, we don't want to be honest with you. We want food from here,
And
here,
also,
here.
we indecisive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a thing that we have to address.
That's
We
a
got to
real
be
thing.
better at that.
At least we're admitting it, though.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with admitting the fact that I'm indecisive.
Yeah. But the thing that we were talking about earlier was going on a first date, and what are some questions you would ask? Now, you guys have been in, all of us have been in relationships. All of us have been in good relationships. All of us have been in decent relationships. Let's just say that. So, what, and from the stories I heard from you two ladies,
All of us have been in shit
y'all some
relationships.
G's. But no, the men that I've heard that have taken you guys out on dates, nowadays, in 2019, right now today, we are all single women, right?
Fine with that.
What will we, if we go on our first date, what's the first question we're going to ask?
The first question that I would ask is, for one, you have your own place or you live with your mama? Because you live with your mama, there's no control. He got to be in the house at a certain time because his mama wants to see her son in the house at a certain time.
You dropped it.
So he can't
We gotta
play.
edit that.
He can't be the man that you want the man to be the truth. So that becomes a problem.
Indeed.
So, and two, would you rather have, the other question is that your car or a truck, or do you ride a bicycle? Because I can't ride a bike.
Alright, you got a motorcycle or you got a bike?
I like to go places.
Okay,
I
wait.
like to travel.
Is that your card? Is that your mama's card?
Or is that your baby mama car?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or your girlfriend's car that you
Yeah.
don't talk about because she ain't your girlfriend because y'all ain't got the title.
Or your
Because you don't
wife.
got the commitment of the
But
title.
y'all living together.
But the thing is, like, also, like, do you have a baby mama? And if you do, okay, that's fine. You have a baby's mother. You're a child's mother. Whatever. Okay? Whatever you want to call it. Whatever people want to call it. Do you live with your baby mama? Do you live with her but y'all not together? But y'all still sleep in the same bed? But y'all not together because y'all not doing nothing physically. But I want to be with you and I want to give you my whole world. But you live with your baby mama.
So he can't have his cake.
So-
ice cream.
Are you fine? I know that we all, and I know financially stable is going to be like a rough question because not all of us are financially stable.
Are you
But
good
I
with your
think-
finances?
But I think, yes.
Are you good
Thank
with your
you.
finances?
Thank you for rephrasing that question. If you're not financially stable, fine. But I know some people that can make it off a few dollars and dimes and still keep pushing. But I'm
My bad,
saying,
sorry.
can
I'll be in New Orleans in a week, y'all.
Hey, you gotta, look, you deserve it.
No, look, I'm
After
still got a groove
everything,
back.
no, listen, after everything that you've been through, you deserve it. You honestly deserve it. And I think when I'm mentioning the dating and everything, the first questions, I'm gonna add some in. Are you, does your traumatic past affect your future right now? Like, I understand that it's hard to deal with the past, but does that stop you from pushing forward? Or, I don't know.
Are you progressive enough to understand that you've been through things? Okay. You've been through things, but you got through those things. Are you blaming people for what you're going through?
Projecting.
Then you project your shortcomings on everybody else because you can't accept the responsibility that as an adult you have to make adult decisions, and adult decisions come with, I'm not placing the blame. Well, my life is like this because my baby mama did this, or my sister or my mom did this. How's your relationship with your mother? Do you have a relationship with your mother?
But then,
are you a mama's boy?
But then you also gotta be careful with that topic too, because we just talked about, you and me just talked about this the other day. We talked about the toxic mothers. Me and what do you want us to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so Christy, look, she's a beautiful person. But we were just talking about toxic mothers and how to, with raising children. So then, if you ask him, does he have mother issues? And then it kind of loops back to needing to heal the sick of the mind of the girls nowadays. Because could it be that, though? Could it be the toxic mothers that are ruining the impression of what a woman is supposed to be like to a young boy, and then the same toxic mother is raising a daughter and giving her an impression of what a certain woman looks like, and so the girl is raising up to be just like the mother, and the boy is growing up to be falling in love with a woman just like the mother, because that's what Sidney Ford said.
Which will segue to our next question. How's your relationship with your father? Was he present? Was he not present? Was he distant? Did he whoop you? Did you get hugged as a child? Was you not hugged? Was you beaten as a child?
Do you have high respect for your father, but your father has no respect for you?
Were you disciplined? Do you understand discipline? Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Do you have anything you want to add?
I want to say the majority of a woman she don't have just 1 or 2 kids. She might have 5, 6 kids, and each of them have different daddies. But not one is there to help with the raising of the child. So the child's gonna grow up in the house with mama, seeing mama having Tom, Dick, Jerry, Harry, scary. And so I feel sorry for the girls, especially because she's gonna grow up and she's gonna do what mama done, and the son, he's going to do exactly what his mama done, had all kind of women.
He going to do what Tom, Dick, Harry, and Gary did.
Yeah.
Because all they had to do was just come in and tell her such sweet nothings. I'm living
because it happened with my mama.
Yeah.
Right.
So life repeats itself all
History
the time.
repeats itself until you break that cycle.
Yeah.
Are you willing to break that cycle? Are you willing to step out and be like, you know what? I don't have it all figured out. I don't. As a woman, I don't have it all figured out. Yeah. As a male, I don't have it all figured out. But guess what? Can we work on it together? Can you mold me while I mold you?
Or
can you lead?
Or that, yes, can you lead? I love that one. But what if a woman finishes finding herself completely? So she's reached that ultimate level of a woman who she is. She possesses that inner strength for herself. Like, I know who I am. I recognize this is who I am. I'm not going to change. I go to bed with me at night and I wake up with me every single morning. And I am who I am supposed to be. So what's going to end up happening eventually is I'm going to end up linking with myself. And I'm going to attract me.
Linking with myself or linking with a part of me that I didn't heal?
If you say that, then it's toxic. Because then if you're trying to be with somebody that when you didn't heal, you're creating a toxic environment for yourself because you keep digging at the scab that's already there. You already were with somebody that's bad, and then you get with somebody that's worse because you're trying to cling on to something that you think is a tad bit better than what was before. Instead of being complete within yourself. I know I talk about it and I don't follow what I listen to say, but I still say it. But instead of finding who yourself is as a person, creating that whole inner self within your person, knowing what you want in life, knowing what's your purpose, knowing what you need to do, and progressing forward with that, then everything else kind of comes with it, like the partner, the
sir.
happiness is better because
Good sir, how do you handle conflict?
When you let it go, well, you gotta let it go and then let it flow, and it hurts.
How do you handle conflict? Do you get angry and you throw a temper tantrum because your developmental age doesn't match your chronological age?
I mean,
do you get upset and you throw a tantrum like you 2 years old because you didn't hear no when you was a kid? Like I need to know. I need to know. I need to know, and I need to know, and I need to know now. Like, are you gonna sit here and be so upset with me because you don't understand your role as a male because you weren't taught that?
Right.
Sorry you didn't have your father in your life. I'm sorry. You weren't taught that. You didn't have a steady male occupant in your life telling you, son, listen, you don't need to do that. Don't act like that. Sit your behind down, or it's gonna be a whooping. Like stuff like that. Like, did you have that type of environment? Did you clean your house? How clean are you? Do you keep stuff clean? Do you expect your woman to clean up after you? Do you know how to wash clothes? Can you separate the light from the dark?
But see, then
is you washing on warm or cold?
That
like what you doing?
Back to that toxic mother thing. Because if he is trying to find someone like his mother, shouldn't she be teaching her son those values too? Because those are her things too. And then the man, it'll continue on. It's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg. It kind of makes sense now if you think about it. The chicken came first. She created the egg. Yeah, and the egg hatches a new chicken. So she creates that chicken to what? Become another young chicken.
Which we are the company that we keep. You know that.
Yeah, right.
We are the company that we keep.
Yeah.
We're always negative, we're going to have negative energy around us. If we're always positive, we're going to have positive energy. It attracts. It's the law of attraction. That's what we're dealing with in this day and age. We're dealing with the law of attraction. So anything that you see in me is the same thing I see in you, and anything I see in you is the same thing you see in me. That's why we're clashing. That's why we're having this issue. That's why we're not getting along. That's why we always got an argument. But the thing is, like, if we're arguing, like, are we arguing to find a resolution, or are we arguing just to be heard? And that's the thing too. Like, some people just want to be heard. Well, I'm the man. I'm gonna beat my chest. Well, I'm the woman. You should automatically respect me. I'm always right. Guess what? I am able to accept, as a woman, I am able to accept that I am not always right.
Yeah.
But I'm always right though.
But listen too.
It's always good to be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
If the man wanna put his foot and he wanna do this, well, if you wanna be a man, be a man. You pay these bills. You help raise with these kids.
That part.
You do what a man's supposed to do. And if you don't know how to do what a man's supposed to do, you get out of that hot kitchen.
Hallelujah.
That part.
You know.
Take note.
Because
if you don't know by now, take note.
Yeah, responsibility is a big thing. It's a hard decision to make that you're going to decide, I'm going to grow up right now. Because I have to grow up right now. Because if I don't grow up right now, everything around me is going to fall.
Yeah.
It's like a balancing act, and you're like on a tightrope, and you can't let too many things tip you off your tightrope because it's
you gonna fall.
You gonna fall.
The thing is, you gotta balance reason with responsibility. If you ain't balancing reason,
taking the responsibility of things is the best thing to do.
Oh, indeed. I mean, also, to be in a relationship, you know, or to have like a man-woman dynamic, you both have to be whole on your own. I don't think a lot of people realize that, like, you know, it's two wholes that are creating a greater whole. You know what I mean? Like, that synergy, like, that should be the basis of the relationship. I don't think that it's fair to be in a relationship with somebody and you're not whole and you expect that person to complete you. And then that's where that codependency comes in. That's where relationship drama comes in, because you expect this person to act and be a certain way. But, I mean, in all reality, like, if you're not healing those parts of you, or okay with those parts of you to not be with that person every single hour of the day, that ain't gonna work.
I couldn't have no man under me anyway. He has to work. He has to get out my face.
My whole face.
Yeah.
For at least 8 hours.
I couldn't.
He
got to work.
8 to 10. Overtime if
I'll be
necessary.
doing something.
Right.
No, because, you know, I've been in a relationship like that, unfortunately. where I was with somebody day in and day out, and I wasn't married to them. And after a while, it was wearing. Like, it was just the most uncomfortable situation I'd ever put myself into, because I didn't know who I was. I couldn't develop myself as a woman. So because I wasn't married, you know, I don't know. I gotta adapt to you every single day. I don't know what you're doing out there. That's gonna drive me more insane. I'm already trying to fix myself to the point where I'm whole within myself, but I'm not insecure, and I gotta worry about what the other party's doing, because I'd rather be in a relationship where I'm 100% well within myself. That person's 100% well within themselves, and we don't have to worry about we're cheating, because we're not. I might watch like an extra episode on Netflix that we started or something, but that's about it. I don't have time. I have other things I gotta worry about right now.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I think also, like, I mean, people get so, like, wrapped up in these relationships these days. Like, they get so wrapped up in a relationship that you can't even take a second to go and use the damn bathroom without that person up under you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
then
level
you're your child.
of
your
codependency.
Child. That's your child at that point, because I have children.
Like, if you don't get your ass out this bathroom while I'm using the bathroom.
But see, that goes back to the original topic, which was the first date. What do you say on a first date? Are you stable? Are you this? Are you that? Like, what should we be talking about on first dates? Because I feel like our generation is so messed up on dating right now. People don't understand what dating is. We just think it's, hi, I like you. You have a pretty face.
Let's go to bed.
There we go.
You gotta go.
Yeah, she took the words out of my mouth.
And then after they get the whole cookie, you ain't shit anyway.
Not the whole
Another
cookie.
bitch.
Let me go find
Let me go find her sister, or they've been to mess with the mama. I know some.
All in
some.
the family.
Yeah, they keep things in the family.
The
And then the little boy, the family act like his little jingle balls is gold.
Stop.
And oh my goodness.
But see, that's when there's like that. There's that thought. What's going on right now? Like, what are we teaching our young girls to look for? What are we teaching our young guys to look for? What are we teaching our young girls to be? What are we teaching our young guys to be? Because I feel like they're so lost. They don't know what to do. They're like, I think this is it. I've seen it on a movie. I've seen this on a movie, but in my real life, I don't see it. And then there's all this stress. There's this anxiety. There's all this other stuff going on nowadays. Everyone's using a relationship as a... It's like, okay, you're my therapist. Yeah. You're my therapist. You're the comfort. You're that blanket. I'm Linus. You're my little security blanket. Thank you. I'm going to suck my thumb and I'm going to walk around. I'm still trying to figure it out right now. And I'm not going to let you go, because if I let you go, that means I'm going to lose that security blanket. See, I can still go do what I want to do. Mind you. I'm just letting you know.
Ooh, what's that?
Looks like a potato bug.
It looks like you need to get up out of here.
They don't hurt you.
You say that. Anyway, I agree. I agree with you. I think that, like, are you insecure? You know what I mean? Like, are you insecure? And what are your insecurities? Like, what is it about, like, our relationship that makes you feel insecure? Can I have friends that are men?
What do you plan to do with your next 5 years of your life? Where do you see yourself?
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years? The 5-year plan. What's your 3-year plan?
You know, what you see yourself a year now.
Oh.
Is you doing the same
Everything
thing?
can change in a year, though. It can.
It change in a couple minutes.
She's right.
Yeah,
She's
A
right.
few minutes.
All you gotta do is make that choice. Bam.
My thing, though, like,
Yeah.
are you going to be doing the same thing next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Are you going to be doing the same thing that you've been doing and expecting to get the same result?
Are you comfortable or are you uncomfortable with your life? Because I feel like a person that's tense, like me, like the cleaning the house. I hate the way my house looks. I'm going to add that stress to the mountains, like all the mountains of stress that I got going. You know what? I'm going to clean my house. That's just a simple solution. It's a choice. It's a change, right? So I think the best thing right now for every young person to do is focus on what they're going to do with their life. Because a person can come in your life, and as you can see, it's kind of like pets. It's like fish. I think that's why they're in our lives. But they're there to teach loss, right? That's what pets are. They're there, and then they die. Right. So look, if we had found, my daughter's dog dead, it would have been the same if it was running away. It's a sense of loss. Okay, let me understand Now she understands what loss is. And she also understands that it's a pet and it can be replaced, versus a person cannot, be replaced. So I have to teach her something different with that when it comes to people. You don't hurt people when it comes to dogs. You don't hurt dogs, but understand. And unfortunately, people are going to bite my head off for saying this. They're a bit more replaceable. But you know what's not replaceable? Your time.
Time is not replaceable.
Who knows?
What does your time management look like?
Oh,
that's what I want to know. How do you manage your time in a day? We understand that we all get allotted the same amount of time per day. We all get 24 hours. If I'm coming to your house and you ain't went to work last night and you sleep at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll see you later because I'm about to be on my way to work though. Like, I'll see you later. I'm about to be on my way to work. I don't know what you gonna do today. Well, I'm hungry. I need something to eat. And men that don't work don't eat.
Well, I think the second equivalent to that is also
the women who don't work don't eat.
Nobody. It's like a people thing now. It has nothing to do with gender anymore. I think we're putting such a huge pressure on gender. I think we don't realize, like you said, there's no men helping women. Oh, let me hold the door for you. Let me take that bag for you.
Can't relate.
That type of thing.
And look at that man.
Yeah.
He watched her. He kicked back in his car. His big Cadillac.
Yeah.
Nice Cadillac, but he's the wrong type of Negro. He watched us lift up those heavy water bottles, and he didn't even get out to, would y'all need help? I would have told him no, sir.
The thing is, you can't teach somebody common sense.
Somebody,
he's old.
Wait.
No common sense.
Somebody did tell me, though. Yeah, there's common sense, though. He said that a lot of women, a lot of women nowadays don't want that anymore. Like, if you try to do that, they have that independent woman says, I could do it all by myself. And then some people just gave up.
My door anytime there's a man around my presence, my door is getting opened, period. I'm sorry. And that's not even, like, an expectation. I don't expect that. I can open the door.
But see, that's the double standard with it. It's kind of like, if you're teaching your son, no, son, I got the door. You don't need to hold it open for you. Then now you're teaching the next generation of man that he doesn't need to hold it open.
I would teach my son, if you see a lady on the street or you see her like going into the store, let her go in first.
Or you model it for him.
Yeah, let her go in first. Don't be afraid to open the door, extend that hand, to somebody else, because you never know how much that could make their day.
And is that a thing, though?
It's so taboo nowadays.
Are men lacking that empathy? Are women taking the empathy away?
A lot of women are taking the empathy away.
No,
don't really give a man a chance.
I'm going to disagree with that. No, I'm going to disagree with that, because a lot of boys growing up in a home with just their sisters and their mama, grandma, they growing around, they don't have no man to teach them nothing.
That's their example, unfortunately.
Yeah. So when they grow up, they don't know the difference.
But see, even then,
that's classical conditioning.
But if they're growing up in a household full of women, right? Okay.
The women should talk.
No, don't just put, because they are doing it. Women do a lot.
I know.
All the women do a lot. But at the same time, what bothers me is the outside thing. Is if my son comes outside, he's not going to see a world full of women. He's going to see that there are people that look like him too. And he's going to want to model after these people. And so what if he finds a boy that's his same skin color, or even a different skin color, and he begins to follow the boy? And he's going to end up picking up other people's traits and personalities as it is. I can't stop that. I can't stop his choices and his paths. I'm going to help it as much as I possibly can, but I can't. But what are we missing? What's missing for you? Like, there's something.
Discipline, love, respect. They're missing out on the teachings of
courtesy.
Yeah, that too.
But what kind of discipline, though? But if they're missing out on common courtesy, then who is lacking the common courtesy? And who is lacking?
There's the parents.
Yeah,
but at the same time, the kids is so rebellion where the parents is getting beat up, and all kind of things is going on nowadays.
Yeah.
When let one of mine want to hit me or beat me up, they gonna get beat up. they're gonna get beat up.
See, the thing is, when I was a kid, and I had to tell this to my coworker too. You know, I was like, when I was a kid, if I said something that I was not supposed to say, I guarantee you, my mama flicked my lips backwards. Okay, like there was no getting around that. So no, I'm okay. So to be a respectful person, it takes like every single time there's a slip up as a kid, it takes that. No, it's a firm correction. That's a rebuke. That's what the Bible says that. You know what I mean? Spare the rod, spoil the child.
That's right.
But I'm not saying beat your kid's ass till, you know, they're the white meat show. What I'm saying is it's just a simple correction. Right then, you nip it in the butt right then and there. It ain't gonna trickle. I think that life is really a trickle down effect. It's an echo. So everything that you put out, you're gonna receive that. So in that same sense, if I have a child, letting this child know, look, check this out. This world is not necessarily a safe place or a happy place. It ain't bumper stickers and rainbows every single day. You gotta learn. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. Sometimes you gotta get out the mud. Sometimes you gotta struggle. But sometimes you gotta hear no. Some people ain't hearing no.
The other path, though. Your job is, if you went through a bad loop, whatever in your life, you experience something horrible. Your job is to make sure that your child does not repeat it. So how does that happen? You can't necessarily say, don't do that. Because they're going to look at you and be like, I'm going to rebel against anything you say anyway. I'm at an age. They're going to get to an age. You're going to tell them over and over and over and over and over and over again not to do something. And guess what they're going to do? Is they're going to rebel. And when that ends up happening, that's when they start going off to find themselves. So instead of that or enhancing that rebellion, just kind of go along with them, become that trust where you establish, okay, I have a trust with you now. Understand that I understand how you feel as a person and how I feel as a person, so that there's a sense of communication here, so that we can limit
validation.
Validation, so that way later on in life you're not going out and seeking it in somebody else's arms.
I think that we can't put a expectation, if you will. I'm just gonna keep it simple. We basic today. Okay, I'm fine with being basic. So it's principles. Like, these are principles that we have to teach and we have to pass down, like, from generation to generation. We have to pass that down. But see, the thing is, like, when certain things we lack in a parent to child relationship, or a woman to man relationship, or a relationship to a relationship, it don't matter at this point. I think that we can't expect that other person to automatically get it, because they're not going to automatically get it, because we're still going to fall short. The thing is, we're human beings. We fall short every single day. Every minute we fall short. But the thing is, like, there has to be some kind of, like, okay, like, I understand, like, in my position, okay, I can't act this way, or I can't expect somebody to treat me this way. I can't expect that. So I have to already be that for myself. I can't be for somebody what I cannot already be for myself.
Right.
So I need to make sure that I'm loving me. I need to make sure that I have that time for me. I need to make sure that I'm not getting too overwhelmed with the fact that life is a little messed up right now.
Okay, can I ask a question? It's going to be on the same topic of dating, but, like, we're going to go back to the first one. So say a woman decides, you know, she's got fed up, she's been in a really bad relationship. She's like, you know what, I'm going to take back me. I'm going to take back my prowess. I'm going to figure me out. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to love on me. Ooh, dang, I look good. Ooh, he think I look good. You know what? I'm going to take back my sexuality too. So what if they decide, instead of kind of being, you know,
to explore that part of her life? I mean, I think, isn't sexuality, like,
do it all the time.
Sexuality, like, is how you express your sexual desire? Isn't that what sexuality is?
it is. But, go ahead.
There's some women that do that, and if they don't get something, you know, satisfaction from one guy, she gonna go find it from another guy. So what one don't do, the other one he might gonna do, and if he don't do, then she gonna keep going until all that's gonna satisfy her, because she the one getting having the fun, you know, whether he's good or not. She's just trying.
I don't think that women are afraid of commitment, but I think that commitment, which is also submission, like if I'm gonna submit to you or commit to you, I need to know what I'm committing to.
Right.
What am I submitting to? Mm-hmm. Am I submitting to the fact that you feel that you can tell me any old thing, any old type of way, and it just be okay? I'm sorry. My mom and my dad, they raised me a little bit better than that. Am I committed to the fact that you going upside my head because you didn't get your way? No. I'm not going to commit to that. Sorry. Am I committed to the fact that you got to go through my phone?
No.
Because you think that just because I have a friend that's a male, I'm trying to be with that male?
Does that relationship start in sex, or does it just start as friends? That's
debatable.
So that's why I asked that question. Could that behavior be stopping us from having normal relationships?
I don't think so. I don't think that sex is the basis of any relationship. I think that sex is a decision. Yeah. I think that love is a decision. I think that commitment is a decision. Submission is a decision. I have to decide, okay, you know what? I'm with this person right now. So I have to decide, like, so everything that I do in my life around this relationship, like, I have to decide to be like, all right, look, I'm gonna call him this morning. He calls me, you know, every morning, but I'm gonna call him today. Or I'm gonna make sure that you know, we have some kind of communication between each other that's more than just the physical. Is that a friendly just the physical?
Is that a friendly arrangement? Because that's why I said I'm telling you, the women that are just doing it just for pleasure, she's not trying to have any commitment with this person. She's just trying to have it just for pleasure. And then what ends up happening is, if she encounters anything, she could have a son, or she could have, I don't know, the guy that she slept with or whatever, and he wants a relationship with her, but she doesn't. Isn't it toxic both ways? Like, women do it too just as much as men do, because people don't want to be in relationships anymore because they don't trust people. Because I keep saying, like, the oversex, hypersex thing is because there's too many people wanting to hurt people so they can get pleasure because they can't find happiness within themselves.
Girl, this ain't no SDM right now.
No, the thing is, no, I'm so serious. People do that, and it's like a psychological behavior, and they want to do something to hurt something else that they can't. They want to have control over something because they can't have control over themselves.
A lot of people don't understand the power of control. You know, like, it's an exchange of power.
Yeah.
I think that at all times, like, in order to achieve that balance, you have to understand the exchange of power. Like, you submit to me, I submit to you.
Oh, no. I mean, it's just the power of self. No, I'm just saying power. So the hyper zealous sexual I guess.
Hypersexuality. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. That thing kind of stems from a lack of moral support, a sense of comfort from home, all that different stuff. Because you're seeking it elsewhere, and then you realize, I think Darwin says that we experience physical pleasure, I think in the womb at certain times, because it's just a sense of knowing yourself. You're feeling around, and this is a kneecap, this is a arm, this is a finger, this is an eye, that's
not a kneecap.
Yeah, that's not a kneecap, but it stimulates pleasure. So at 2 years old, a child can experience it even as well. So even with that, what ends up happening is it's also a learned behavior, and it can be taught. It's everywhere. I mean, you can't really stop it right now.
Yeah, isn't that like...
But what are we teaching? What is the end game for the children?
That's like ethics, though. That goes down to ethics, like the highest good, you know? do we as humans, like these days, do we fight for the highest good? And what is the highest good? The highest good is to, you know, understand that relationships, it has a mutualism to it. The highest good is also to appreciate art, love, society, people. That's the highest good. So many people get caught in the vice, in the pursuit of those low pleasures, that low good. That low good is self-seeking. That low good is only worrying about, like, what's in front of that person, like getting that fix, like that high or whatever that comes, like, with that vice, which the thing is, like, do we practice that in moderation? Like, do we understand, like, the theory of, like, moderation? Like, do we understand that we can't have every single thing? We can't eat our cake and have it too.
Well, no,
you know what I mean? And that's the saying. It ain't.
But it's got
you can't have a cake and eat it too.
everything comes from home, though. Everything comes from home. So the only person that could teach the moderation is the person that created the little thing that we're supposed to be teaching.
Right, which also drives home the point that I said. It starts with the parents.
Well, and then also, what if Animal Kingdom? I know this sounds really silly.
Does the egg come first or chicken come first? I just want to know.
The chicken?
Exactly.
No, the egg.
So
the egg creates the chicken that's inside, that creates the next egg, that creates the next chicken inside. But how did they learn how to do it? It's out of instinct. That's true. They understood that if they, you know, germinate? If they germinate, then they end up creating spawns of within themselves. So they can either be ate by humans or they can grow to be more chickens, because then they further fertilize over time.
What are your home ethics like? That's the question that I'm asking. What's your home ethic like? What is your ethic on?
No. But what I'm saying, home ethics should be taught at home.
Life.
A parent should teach a child to hunt.
Okay.
For everything.
Because you know that you can spot a person out off the crowd that wasn't raised right. You wasn't raised right. You're not gonna have discipline.
I won't say raised right. I think
some people it wasn't raised right.
Because they didn't have that sense of self.
And I think the issue does lie with, you know, being disciplined. Like when we were kids, like when we were being disciplined, like it was like, oh, like this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you, or like I have to give you this tough love type of energy. So when it's time for you to grow up and you get into a relationship, you're taught to think that it's okay, that love is aggressive, that love is supposed to be like, if I'm yelling at you, that means I love you, or that means I care about you. So that's what we're taught as kids. So when we get older, we get in relationships that are fucked up because we're taught the wrong perception of what love is supposed to be.
What do you think? What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is I was raised around having and working hard for what you want. Mm-hmm. Don't depend on no man or no woman. You depend on yourself to get what you want out of life. Mm-hmm. With the help of my great grandmother, my other elders that I grew up around, mm-hmm. I was taught different how to do things, how to cook, make things by scratch. Yeah. Do things the old way.
Yeah,
you know, and that's how, and I still cook and do that today.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, same here actually.
And
it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I learned to cook from scratch, and then that's all I do now is cook from
mm-hmm. It's easier to cook from scratch, and it's more healthier to cook from scratch.
And it also saves, because you can learn how to store it. Yeah. I want to start learning how to make jam. Anyway, we're off topic.
You want to make jam?
I do. I
like jam.
I want to make jam. And like
canning.
Yeah.
Have you been on Pinterest? Do you have a Pinterest?
No.
Oh my god. So you want to learn to can, but you don't have Pinterest? Like, okay, like how do you?
Because I have a friend, she cans, and she does it for the summer months and the winter months, and she has like a little storage and.
But it's a preservative that you have to put in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, no, and then there's other things that I wanted to do too, like couponing. I think that's a trade that we should learn, because I think the worst invention ever, what I told you earlier, was money.
Yeah,
I think we should have just stuck to barter interest. My friend told me that.
I really feel like bartering would have been the best way, and that's totally off topic. It has anything to do with the subject at hand.
It's actually a perfect. Okay, we can switch to that. You know what? Yes. What, Oregon Trail time?
Do you remember playing Oregon Trail? Did you die from dysentery? I didn't die from dysentery.
That was my favorite. I love the way that these pioneers took on this great wide land, and then they went off, and each one of them had to learn themselves over the time and the period of that solitude in that one little wagon. What? Oh, there's a big spider in front of you.
So we just gonna ignore the fact that spider. I just did the glue trick.
I think that. Well, see, the thing is that we don't have that. Can you tell it again, that story? No.
Didn't we have it already on there?
As as the society goes with marriage and the way that the rates are going with divorce and kind of moving from that first date from wondering if the person's insecure all the way down to wondering if they're stable mentally, physically, and all the way around. What do you think? Like if they move past that, the first date goes great, and then the next thing you have is the standards of marriage. Marriage gets introduced because I like this person so much. What do you think is missing? Why are some of these marriages failing?
Because they don't allow themselves to get to know each other, to see that. To see if that's who I really want to be with. So they just go get married, and then next you turn around, they divorce.
I think a lot of people fall in love with the illusion of the person.
Yeah.
Or like the idea of being with the person, the idea of being with the person forever. That when it does come down to it, and when it all blows down, they've exhausted that illusion, or they exhausted that possibility of that person. Because they begin to see those traits and the things like, okay, wait, I don't think I like that. Like before, like it was like okay, but now it's kind of fucking annoying. Like I don't like that. So I think that sometimes it just doesn't work out because that people kind of grow in two different directions, which that's not necessarily wrong, but
they're supposed to grow together.
I mean, but when you're not whole on your own, you can't.
Well, they're supposed to be whole before they get married.
Right. So when you're not whole on your own, and you're codependent, and one has more control over the other, and one tries to control every single aspect of that person's life, it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna happen. It sure ain't.
It ain't gonna work. It's simple. And the thing is, like, don't exhaust that possibility of that person. Don't exhaust the fact that you can learn from that person or grow with that person or enjoy different parts of that person every single day. My mom and dad have been married for 31 years. 32 years in December.
Excuse me.
And it's just day after day after day after day after damn day of the same human being, of the same person. But they have their own hobbies, their own interests, their own things that they do separately and then also together. So I think the commitment, don't get exhausted in the commitment of being with that person.
Your ass
I'm listening. No, I agree. But what do you think happened that stopped the union of marriage? Because I get it.
Just said.
Yeah, I know.
What
but
happened?
No, I'm sorry. What I was saying is, what happened where? Sorry. What happened where the marriages fell apart, where things just couldn't work out? I understand, like, one person didn't grow.
Sometimes the forever with the person is only meant to be for a certain time. Like, sometimes we see forever in somebody that it's only meant to be a season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, like,
a learning lesson.
You can't make a home out of a human being. You can't make a home. You have to already be at home within yourself.
Yeah.
And to get into a relationship with somebody, they have to be at home within themselves. Like, if you have an ounce of like insecurity or an ounce of I want to be in control, I'm sorry, like, we're not going to work out. It's not going to work. And even if we try to force a square in a circle's position, it's not going to work. But, I mean, we can at least try. And damn it, if it don't work, then it just doesn't work. That's just the way of the world that we live in. Again, like, we have to get out of this, like, mentality that it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be black and white. It's not just black and white. This world is so vivid and colorful. There's so much that we have to deal with and have to learn and have to adapt to every day. Some people don't know how to adapt to being with another person. Some people, when they get in a relationship and they get in a marriage and they're bounded by that person, they realize this person is a slob. This person don't know how to cook. This person don't know how to clean. This person expect me to do everything. So you mean I gotta cook, clean, go to work, come home, lay down with you, freaking be your porn star or whatever. I gotta do all this, and you just sitting here reaping all the benefits.
But some men feel like that too with women that come home, because some men have the same thing around with women.
Yeah, well, that doesn't go for everybody though. And that's just the reality too. Like, that don't go for everybody.
So for those few short and far and
few and far between,
those little bit of itty bitty
about as far as the north is from the west.
Yeah, but those people, I wonder what their definition of a good relationship is. Like, what? I know that you say that it's working together. Some people don't feel that way. Some people are still, they're working with each other to heal. Some people, and they've made it. Some people have been whole first, and then they get with somebody else who's whole, and they've made it. Some people, they're still together for years, and they're happy, and they're all drugged up. And
so my thing is, like,
out on the streets.
You gotta look at a relationship like a cup, okay? This is a cup, right? I gotta put my hole in, and then you gotta put your hole in, so we can make sure that that cup is full. Therefore, you know what I mean? Like, you, again, like, you gotta put your hole, and then he gotta put his hole in, or I mean, damn it, whatever relationship it is, you gotta put your all, and they gotta put their all too. So if I'm coming into a relationship with you, and I got my cup on the table, and I got my cup is full, like, I got a whole cup, and I'm putting this whole cup in this glass, what are you putting in the glass? You know what I mean? Are you only gonna put half of your cup? So now we got 3/4 of a cup? No, it ain't gonna work like that. Sorry, that's not a relationship. That's codependency. So my thing is, like, we have to understand, like, it's about balance. Everything is about balance. Life is about balance. Relationships are about balance. Can you see the parts of me that need to have, like, some kind of fix, like, or need to be fixed in some kind of way? Can you see that? Can you call that out of me? Can you draw that out of me? And in the same way, can I do the same thing for you? Can I draw that part out of you? Hey, like, I understand and I notice that when I talk about certain topics or certain subjects, or if I say something in a certain way, you get a little weary about that. So is there something, like, there that I'm doing or that I'm saying that's making you upset? Do I make you feel weak? Do I make you feel that you can't do something when you have that freedom to do something? So do I make you feel that way? I think that relationship lack that communication, like that understanding between the two. You can't have two holes and then, or excuse me, you can't have one hole and a half, or you can't be 100% invested and somebody's 50% invested. It's not a one-way street. Life is not, love is not a one-way street.
Or 2 cents. No.
I'm here some of the time. You give me free coochie and you listen to me and feed me and stuff. Thank you for that hospitality, good lady. I'm gonna go sleep with this lady now because I can. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a rebel.
I'm gonna fill your life with such sweet nothing. I'm gonna tell you that you're my woman and you're my woman, so you're my property because you're giving me this part of yourself, and you're taking me in. I'm not taking you in. You're taking me in.
So then someone's teaching the little girls to use their bodies for pleasure, and somebody is teaching the little boys to use the little girls' little bodies for pleasure and ownership. And this is why in the music videos, why when all the rappers are having all the, like, you know, we listen to the music. It happens, we listen to it, we can't help it. The music sounds good sometimes. But it looks a little degrading. Like, here I am, I'm a guy and I got hundreds and all these girls around me, you know, this is what I own, this is what I am. So it kind of gives a little image, it gives the image to a little boy, as, you know, as a young kid. He's like, I want to be like him. He's got thousands of bitches. And then forgetting that these bitches, these women have certain body shapes, body types, they look a certain way, they act a certain way. Forgetting that real women out there actually exist who may not look a certain way, who may not walk and talk a certain way, who may not have it a certain way, like those other people that they model after. And so maybe it's up to the men to model after themselves, or at least a good role model to know that if you're gonna, I don't know, because that's those same men get into relationships, and I don't understand it. Like you said, using the woman as a porn star, and it's just it's an unbalanced relationship.
It's like, how about
it's not even a relationship, it's an ownership.
Nothing to you while you give me everything. And then while you give me everything, I'm going to make you feel bad for the fact that I give you nothing. So I'm going to pick at you. I'm going to say that you're nagging. I'm going to call you a bitter black woman. No, I'm going to even sweeten the deal by saying that you don't do shit for me.
Ooh.
That what you ain't doing for me, the next woman will.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sweeten the deal by saying that so I can save my face in the fact that I'm really not doing nothing for you, and I really actually kind of fucking need you.
That's discarding, though.
So
I don't even think it's needing you, because that's discarding.
The thing is, like, it's still a need, though. It's an obsession, though.
If a person can say that they can get what they get from you somewhere else, then they have no regards for you. They have no respect for you, and they don't care anything about you.
And they need to leave your house.
Exactly, they need to leave you alone, because that's not right. And it's you know, we get into these situations, or we get caught into this situation. You know what we do? It's the memories things. It's all working with the brain. When a person starts to lose their memories, they begin to lose the memories that are their distant memories first, because it's too hard to remember that far back. You know, up until 1 through 5 and 7 and above and all that. But as they get older, they forget different stuff. And
I remember everything.
well, no, I'm saying some people, it all bases on their stress levels and blah blah. It's something else I was working on. But the thing with with a person with Alzheimer's, you can trigger a good memory by asking certain questions or playing certain music. A good memory. We tend to hold on to good memories. The bad memories, we put them deep into our subconscious. It haunts on us, it deals with us, and blah blah blah.
Shows up in various ways.
Yeah.
The unconscious mind is such a mystery.
Yes.
The conscious mind is such a mystery. You don't know what a person is thinking at a given time. And the thing is about a relationship, I'm gonna close with this. Like, don't seek the nectar, but be afraid of the fruit. Or don't seek the fruit and yet be afraid of the nectar. And it's just as simple as that. That's the balance of life. Don't seek something if you're afraid to take the responsibility of that something.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of people don't take the responsibility, because a relationship is responsibility.
What I was trying to say is that the basis of the memory on the human brain is that when we focus on the bad, that seems to trigger a pleasure center in our head, our brain, our mind, whatever. So if a person in a relationship likes to focus on the bad while they're in the relationship, or dwell on the bad while in the relationship, then that means they're constantly seeking that bad feeling. They want to pick a fight. They want your attention, because guess what? I don't know how to verbalize. I'm hurt, I'm in pain, and I need help. And I'm going to just put whatever I'm feeling out on you. Because right now it makes me feel better. Yes, projection. Or in a way, discardment if you're in a relationship with somebody. Because, you know, you could be on that love bombing stage, and you get tired of somebody.
You don't do anything for me.
The love bombing, the gaslighting, and then you can flip it. Somebody can mess with somebody's brain a lot, and that goes back with that.
But that's narcissism, though. So we're not on that, though, are we?
It's the same thing in bad toxic relationships, right?
Okay, when we talk about relationships on the toxic level, I guess that is there. But I don't think that all relationships are toxic, though. I don't think all relationships are toxic. But then that still goes along with what I was saying earlier, when it's like, we were taught at some point, as in our childhood, at some point in our young little psyche, we were taught that this reaction, like, this gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. So the fact that I gotta yell at you, and I just hollered at you and hit you or whatever, like, that's that tough love. I have to give you that tough love sometimes. And it's like, you don't, the thing is, we shouldn't teach that to our kids. Like, I don't think that we should say that after a whooping. We shouldn't say, oh, this gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. It ain't gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that right now, because you wanna act like you ain't got no damn sense. Well, guess what? This is the reality. You have to have some kind of, reprimand for the actions. We have to take some kind of responsibility at some point. Because at some point, even as kids, we decided that is what we were going to do. Even though our mom and dad told us not to do that, we decided at some point that we were going to do that.
So instead of teaching our children to find relationships, why not teach them to find themselves?
And to take responsibility.
Well, that's finding yourself. Taking responsibility is finding yourself. That means that you are now taking responsibility and putting your own life in your own hands rather than putting it in someone else's. Right. That breaks that codependency need, and then it also entails like a better future for themselves, because the only thing that they can focus on is now themselves. They're not focusing on a relationship or anything around it. Sometimes we get pressured into it, or children get, or young teens get pressured into it because it's something that they learn from school, or it's a peer, like it's a, oh, you didn't do this yet? Oh, you're stuck. Like, but if you give that child that, I don't have to do that to know that I'm happy, then that child doesn't have to have that peer pressure feeling. Right. But if they're getting peer pressure at home, you need to get A's, instead of helping that child get those A's. Like finding a way to incorporate things with you and take away the pressure from your child, because now the child has it's like all this pressure's on them from the parent. You need to marry right. You need to grow right. You need to do this right. You need this right. By my standards, yes. And then they go to college, and then they have like this standards of people around them. Oh, you're not like this. You're not like this. You're not this. More pressure, more anxiety, more depression. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do because I don't have the proper support or guidance. And then they get into a relationship with somebody. And now they're frustrated. They're built up all this anguish and anger throughout the years, and all this hurt and resentment, and all this not knowing who they are because they've been trying to live up to everybody else's expectations around them. Now they got to figure out how they're going to live their life. They got to figure out how to grow. They got to figure out how to get out there in the real world and own their own stuff and pay bills and taxes. And what does it all mean? Because I've been babied and pampered my whole life.
Well, guess what? Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. So I think that that's something that we have to teach our kids, Like, yeah, you can do that. You can go out in the world, and you can go and discover and figure out what it is that you want and figure out how to navigate through this life. But you have to remember, everything comes with a cost. Whether it be good or bad, everything comes with a cost. And there's a wisdom behind that. There's a wisdom behind your actions. If you know that you shouldn't be acting an ass around in school or acting an ass.
I ain't never seen no white spider.
What?
You see him?
I don't even want to see it either. Excuse me. Gracias.
He's moving.
So at the end of this right now, we come to the conclusion of knowing that, in different standards and different viewpoints, no matter what, these relationships out here are so screwed up. It's just better to stay single and hiding in your room rather than trusting someone. What's your final thoughts on relationships and first dates? And
always go meet that person somewhere else, away from your home. Don't never let no man come to your home. You go meet him and you drive your car and meet him somewhere and let him treat you and what have you. And then he, at the end, you go your way and he can go his.
Okay. Would that be on
the
would that be on the same realm of like courting, or just getting to know someone?
Just getting to know someone.
Okay. And do you, Kelly?
Did you just say courting? Be on the same realm of courting?
I did.
Duh.
Because a lot of people don't know what courting is anymore. You would say courting, they might think basketball.
Or in the bed or something.
Oh, yeah, it's not like courting. Oh, she could throw it back.
You shoot a shot.
Yeah.
Shit with the person.
I got some. It's a fruit nut though. How long did you last? Oh, I was just about half a minute. That's all.
Yeah.
Half a minute. Come on, man.
And then when he talks about it, he calls her a bitch.
A lot can happen in the house.
Like she's not a person, a woman. So I went out with this woman last night. I went out with this bitch last night though, yo. What?
Okay. That's a little mean.
That's why you tell him to remind him, say, remember, you came out, a bitch held you for 9 months, and you came out a bitch pussy.
Oh, okay.
That's what you tell a person.
You know, and then this is oh, and what did you mean?
That's just saying.
The fireworks went with it?
Literally just fireworks.
No, but the fireworks went with it, those kind of perfect.
Kind of perfect, yeah.
No, but, you know, the thing is, did you say yours?
Well,
I don't know.
Really say that.
I think that the best thing for us to do as people right now is focus on ourselves, and then if the right person comes along, they come along.
Amen.
And then we always say that like the next week we're in love with someone new.
Peace be
Don't
with
be
you.
afraid to say how you feel. If something doesn't work for you,
That one.
don't be afraid to say that it don't work.
Communication.
Right.
The thing is, and then don't stop learning. I think that is the premise of life, like to always learn. So if you're going to be with somebody, always learn that person. Always.
And the other thing is, too, besides always trying to learn them, don't set yourself cheap.
Yeah.
Don't set yourself cheap. This ain't no cheap thrill. I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't ever buy me nothing.
So we're going to end with that song. We're going to end with that song. And that'll end this segment for tonight.
Good night.
Good night.